And there is a lot of potential among us in our communities. And I think we need to revive that. We need to restore Codesria back to the status it had when its founders brought it into being. So thank you, and in whatever capacity I have to serve you, I'm honored and I will do it to my best.
Good evening, members of Codesria, colleagues. I also would like to thank this possibility of going on working with Codesria in the executive committee. I never thought 3 years ago that I would be there, and I could never think that I would be ever appointed or proposed for the presidency. I think it is a huge responsibility, it is a huge challenge. We had the opportunity to listen to the report. Many things have been done, but there are many challenges that we will face. But I think that with this fantastic group of women that we have in this new executive committee, and always taking into consideration that we always need to listen to when we are in a como é que se diz, posição de poder? In higher position, I think that we, so many women, will do it. Thanks. Karimambo.
Thank you very much. I'm in this happy position of having 2 women who are my friends standing as president of Codesria. It's incredible. I think it's now time to determine who gets to vote, not so. And I think the rules apply. If you were not able to vote in the regional groupings, it means you are not able to vote here. So those of you who voted in the regions qualify to vote. And how are we going to do it? Are you going to read out names, or how will you do it?
I have the names.
Okay. You want to read out the names? Okay, so maybe go ahead. You should read them. Is this mine?
I read and
And then the ballot has to be distributed. Or should we distribute the ballots and
the
tick?
ballots are numbered according to the name.
Oh, okay. Okay. So maybe if you, okay, yes, please explain. Yeah.
So, colleagues, what we have is a list of 70 eligible voters, and we have arranged them, the list from number 1 to 70, and ballot papers from number 1 to 70. So now 1 on the list is arranged in alphabetical order. So maybe the best way forward is for me to read out the name and you pick your ballot. Okay? Yes. One is for president, the other one is for vice president. Yeah, but I'm just saying, they all go into one and then we will count. Yeah. Election of president. Yeah. So Adejo Pius. Adejo Pius. Number 2, Jimmy Adeshina. Number 3, Kofi Anyidoho. Naneki Anyidoho. Awansom Nicodemus. Teresa Zeng. Azeng number 6. Babo Alfred. No, we haven't called her. Alfred Babo. Alfred Babo.
Sorry, you have to project the names.
Well, we'll have to go get the flash disk for projecting the names.
If you shout, they can hear.
Batenga Willie. The names are there. Ben Fredge, number 9. Ben Fredge, number 9. Bigombe Longo, number 10. Carlos Cardoso, number 11. Maria Casimiro, number Isabel, number 12. Tieno Sise, number 13. Krask as an institutional member. Krask, number 14. Krask. Teresa Cruz Silva, number 15. Krask, number 14. Teresa, number 15. Dembele, Demba Musa, Jacques Dippelton, Bashir Jan, number 18. 18, Bashir Jan. Jiawara Mantia, 19. Mamadou Diouf, 20. Elamin Khalid, 21. El Moshid Brahim, number 22. Rokaya Fall, 23. Henrietta Faye, 24. Nkolo Foe, 25. No, I haven't called Moish. I said El Moshid Brahim. This is number 25 and 24. Yeah. Claudio Furtado, 26. Claudio. Gomez Patricia, 27. Fatima Harak, 28. Cheryl Hendricks, 29. Nimi Hoffman, 30. Aristide Cabran Jane, Lengapula Puleng, Ndri Esil Mumba, 33. Mahmoud Mamdani, 34. Can you please project the names of the candidates on the screen, please? Okay. Martins Caldeira, 35. Martins Caldeira. Martins Dakuha Maria. Pinky Mehwe. But we are not sharing with them. Maria Paula. And Pinky 38. Maria Paula 39. Tandika Mkandawire 40. Ibrahima Moish 41. Teresa Moyo. Tandika is 40. Moish is 41. Teresa Moyo 42. Mshai Mwangola. Jamaine Goi Shibambe. George Nzongola Ntalaja 46. Noelo Botela 47. Olokoyo Felicia Chibambe is 44. Olokoyo Felicia, Olukoshi Adebayo, Lino Some, Ramola, Ramton, yes. Hassan Ramaun.
Is it at the back? We didn't tell people where to write them.
Can write any. Just make sure you write on the paper. Ebrima Sal. Anta Sane. Akila Pasoya. Onalena Seloluane. Fikini Senkoro, Kenneth Simala, Samoyo African Institute, Samoyo African Institute, institutional member. Fatuso, Sharif Salif C. Zen Tadase, Tombiano Talandinda, Ibrahima Chub, Marema Ture, Delmas Tefak, Jack Shibwabwa, Georgie Chikata, Welepele Elatra Kamil. Huh? Welepele Elatra Kamil. It's right there. And one ballot is yours. All the others are spoiled. All the others are spoiled ballots. When? Today?
No, I'm
Yes, you paid yesterday. Now you are
just check the list.
Timali, sorry. Timali, sorry. I'm really sorry about that.
Can you just see? Maybe I missed it because I was
When-
laid up. Maybe
Earlier on, or Mari,
because there was a problem on the other list that I was.
so colleagues, just to be on the same page, it's really not possible for you to come and pay membership today and then want to vote. That's just not how it works. So I'm really sorry if you are not on the list, but this list is for people who paid membership earlier. Thank you. Pardon? Is there anybody who still is holding a ballot? Are we? Oh, okay. One. You're still holding the ballot.
So, colleagues, we have results from our presidential elections. And the results were as follows. Linosome had 25 votes. Isabel Casimiro had 28 votes. So Isabel Casimiro is elected as president of CODESRIA. Okay, so thank you. We'll do the vice presidential thing now. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is to elect a vice president for CODESRIA. So again, nominations are open for the vice presidency. Yes, please.
Please, Ms. Komiko.
Je répète.
I'm going to repeat. I would like to make a suggestion. Rokhaya Fall, and the members of the outgoing executive. She is a member of the outgoing executive committee, and she's really experienced. So I would like to make a suggestion.
I would like to nominate Linosome for vice president.
Okay, so Linosome is nominated for vice president.
J'aimerais proposer la candidature.
I would like to make a proposal of Jack Chiwawa.
So we have 3 nominations. Yes, they will come. So may I ask Rokhaya Fall and Jack Chiwawa to come? Oh, we didn't do second. Who seconds these nominations? For Rokhaya Fall? Yeah, are you Rokhaya Fall? I would like to second the nomination of Rokhaya. Okay, so Rokhaya Fall has a second. Linosome, who seconds? Yes, please. Onalena Selowan seconds Linosome. Jacques Chiwawa, who seconds?
Bigombe seconded.
Bigombe seconds. Thank you very much. Okay, so since we heard from Linosome once, I would not ask her to give another speech. I would ask Rokhaya Fall and Jacques Chiwawa to come forward and speak to us. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you, Madam President. So I would like to say thanks to those who suggested me as Vice President. I would like to say thanks to them because if I have that position, that will give me the opportunity to continue the work which was started. Because you know that in the new executive committee, we don't have many members of the former executive committee, and it will be really good to continue the work that we have already started. That's the reason why I am saying that if I am elected as vice president, I will work in that field just to make sure that we sanction or reinforce what we have done and go beyond what we have started, so that we can have better results. Thank you very much. And I have already been presented and I have been introduced, so thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. My name is Jack Chiwawa, and I'm really honored for many reasons. Also, I said that I withdraw my candidature. Thank you.
did not take up his candidature. So we now have two candidates, Rokaya Fall and Lenosome. So maybe we can begin. Yes, please. Are you calling the names? Okay. I'd forgotten my
So we start again. Adejo Pius, Jimmy Adeshina, Kofi Anyidoho, Naneki Anyidoho, Ansom Nicodemus, Azeng Therese, Babo Alfred, Batenga Willie, Ben Fredge, Bigombe Longo Patrice, Carlos, Maria Isabel Casimiro, Tieno Cisse, Krask, Teresa Cruz, Dembele Musa, Jack Dipelchin, Gian Suleiman Bashir, Diawara Mantia, Mamadou Diouf, Khalid El Amin, El Moshid Ibrahim, Rokaya Fall, Henriette Faye, Nkolofoe, Claudio Furtado, Patricia Gomez, Fatima Harak, Cheryl Hendricks, Nimi Hoffman, Aristide Cabran Jane, Puleng Lengapula, Lumumba Ndri Esi, Mahmoud Mamdani, Martins Caldeira, Martins Dakuha, Pinky Mekwe, Meneses Maria Paula, Tandika Mkandawire, Moish Ibrahima, Teresa Moyo, Mshai Mwangola, Jermaine Goi Chibambe, Mzongola Ntaleja, Noel Obotela, Felicia Olokoyo, Adebayo Lukoshi, Lino Some, Ramtahul Ramola, Ramaun Hassan, Ebrima Sal, Anta Sane, Akila Pasoya, Selolwane Olena, Senkoro, Simala Kenneth, Fatuso, Sharif Salif C, Zen Tadase, Timali, Talandinda Tombiano, Armature, Delmas Tefak, Shibabwa, Jack, Joji Chikata, Shamil Jepi, Welepele Kamil. The rest are spoiled for.
Unless we have to go a second round.
Is there anybody who is holding a ballot paper? No, thank you. You are still keeping it. Did somebody say he's still keeping the paper?
Dear colleagues, we have the results of the elections for Vice President of Codestria. Rokaya Fall had 29 votes. Leno Some had 21 votes. There were 2 spoiled ballots. So Rokaya Fall is Vice President of Codestria. Congratulations. May I ask the President of Codestria, Isabel Casimiro, and the Vice President of Codestria, Rokaya Fall, to join us at the podium.
Welcome.
Okay, so sit down. Now it's time for you to...
So, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is my welcome the new president of Codestria, Isabel Casimiro, to say something.
Muito boa noite. Colegas do Codestria, good evening, Codestria colleagues. I intended to speak in English, but to speak in Portuguese, but I know that we will not have translation. I would like to thank your confidence. As I said before, I never thought that I would be a member of the executive committee, and president was something that was not in my imagination. Today we talked a lot about imagination, and I never thought of that. 3 years ago, I came into the executive committee, and it was not easy to come in to accommodate this new task that I received. Because there's no translation to Portuguese, it is only French and English that we have in the meetings, and I have to confess that sometimes I don't even remember the words in Portuguese, because it's very complicated, and sometimes I was quiet, and some colleagues asked me why I was so quiet, but I was trying to adapt myself to this new situation. So it is a big challenge. But as I said, I belong to a generation, the generation of the revolution in Mozambique, that had to accept challenges. I had to interrupt my studies in the university when I was 20 years old in 1975. And along my life, I had to receive the different responsibilities after the assassination of Ruth first and other responsibilities as MP in Mozambique, but a very difficult one, we know very well. But I think that with this executive committee, with so many women, and with Rokhaya that was there before, I think it will be possible. And allow me to thank some of my teachers that helped to forge my way of being, apart from my parents. Teresa Cruz e Silva, that is here, Jacques de Pelchin, he was here in the morning, and Aquino de Bragança, that was assassinated with our president, Samora Machel. They, together with my students that challenge me every day, they are helping me to be a better person and to imagine another world, as was said in all these days. So what I can say is that we will go on the work that began with the previous president, with the previous committee, and I'm sure that working together and dividing responsibilities, we will do it. Thank you very much. Asante, Tanimambu, Shukran.
It is my pleasure to welcome the Vice President of CODESRIA, Rokhaya Fall.
Merci, Monsieur le
Thank you very much, Executive Secretary. So this is done. I am Vice Chair of the Executive Council. I have to say that I came to CODESRIA, I think that it was in 1984 or 86. It was Professor Bacheli. When I arrived here, I was a young assistant. He was the one who introduced me to people in the CODESRIA. At the time, I don't know if you remember, she was still there. And then I was in charge to make a summary of a certain number of theses that were there in CODESRIA. I did it, and then I continued since then to work with CODESRIA, and it is Mamadou Diouf, with whom we were in the CRA of Paris, who reintroduced me in the workshops of CODESRIA when we were in Bamako. That's why when we talk about centralization, I think that we need to come back to that in order to enable the colleagues of the other regions to feel what is being done at CODESRIA, those workshops. So very good. It is high time for us to come back to those kind of workshops. With the Vice Chair, I will try to continue with the team of the Executive Committee, the work that we started, and I think that we will be successful if we have the community behind us. One more time, I would like to thank you all for the confidence you have to elect me as the Vice Chair, and I thank you all.
I think we should give George a chance to say before we proceed, please. The people have spoken.
This is an ambush. It's not fair. It's with great relief, really, and gratitude that I stand before you. I want to thank you for peaceful and constructive General Assembly. It's been intellectually stimulating. We had some of the greatest speeches that we've heard in a long time. And it shows that we have a vibrant community which is alive to its responsibilities. So I was very happy about that. We've had peaceful elections, no dramas to take home with us. So really, I think we've done our job well. And for me, it has been eventful. I became vice president of CODESRIA, I think, in Rabat in 2011, and then became president in 2015. It's been a long 7 years. And I'm pleased that it's over, and we tried to contribute something, and I hope that the new committee will build on this. So I want to congratulate the new executive committee, the new president, the new vice president, Rokhaya Fall. These are two very significant women in our community. I'm glad that they are the helm of Codesria at this time. And I also want to thank Godwin Murunga for stepping into this huge role as Codesria Executive Secretary in an almost seamless manner. He has really risen to the task, and it's been a pleasure to work with him in this short period we've been working together. Thank you. So my last thing is to say, when you go back, travel safely, enjoy your Christmas and your holidays or whatever you do at this time of year. I certainly am going to have a good time. Thank you.
Colleagues, let me also congratulate the new president of Codesria, the new vice president of Codesria, and the new executive committee of Codesria. I am proud that it's majority women. And I am proud that Codesria has consistently begun to make the point that through our governance structures, gender matters. That through our governance structures, the generational question matters. And that our diversity as a community is not anything to take for granted anymore. It's becoming a tradition that the Council is developing. And I think I have no one else to thank except all of you for conducting the process in a decent manner and demonstrating that we have a commitment to the Council, and that commitment at every point in time is defined by a visible Pan-African logic, because that is the one glue that keeps us going in the Council. The one thing that keeps on inspiring us to do the work we do. That Pan-African element is going to be one thing we are going to latch on, to begin to essentially demonstrate that we are bringing all the diversities on the continent into Codesria, and to begin to work in a way that begins to fulfill all the aspirations of members of the community. Indeed, it was in that context that we thought about this General Assembly, all the way when we started planning for it in December last year in Pretoria. We hoped that we would have an event of this magnitude, that would be able to mobilize a team of participants that would show the capacity of the Council to reproduce itself, and that would demonstrate that there is a rich diversity of African social scientists and humanities scholars on the continent that are interested in the Council, not because we offer anything exceptional, but because they want to throw their commitment in the ring and remind the world that Codesria matters, whichever way you think about it. And I want to thank you very much for using this General Assembly to demonstrate our own capacity to rise up to the occasion. Secondly, I would also like to thank the outgoing executive committee members. I've had 1.5 years serving with them, and we've had our discussions, we've had our disagreements, we've had debates in the executive committee, but we've always risen up to a level that demonstrated a commitment to a level of integrity that for me was useful. Because without that level of integrity, it would have been difficult for us to work together. And so I want to thank you very much as you transition, those ones who are transitioning out of the executive committee. I'm hoping that I can call on you at some point during the year to be able, that is 2019, to be able to work with you in different capacities. Because at every point in time, we need members of the community to be able to support us in different ways. And so I wish you the very best, and I hope that this moment helps you also to renew your service to the Council. More often than not, when I organize an event like this, I get all the congratulations, especially when it's successful. I am now used to being congratulated. But most of the time, I know very little about how things happened. Things just happen. And I think the credit for the success of this General Assembly, if indeed it has been successful, goes to members of the Secretariat of CODESRIA. I worked with a small committee of 5 to 6 colleagues, which coordinated the planning and logistics for the assembly. And at some point, the whole Secretariat mobilized itself to make sure that, on the one hand, we plan a good General Assembly, but on the other hand, we also achieve our goals for the 2018 program cycle. And I think that I can confidently stand here and say that we have managed to achieve, on the one hand, good targets for regular programming, but also we have been able to do this General Assembly. And I want to thank members of the CODESRIA Secretariat for being diligent, for working together, and for making sure that the General Assembly happened the way it did. Our funding partners have been useful to us, in many instances, some of them going beyond the call of duty, even late in the day, to support us in many ways, not just financial, but in other ways. And I wanted to take this opportunity in particular to thank our funding partners. We did mention them by name. I don't see a good many are not in the room, but really this has been a useful experience for me, and I want to thank them very much. During the opening ceremony, the Minister for Higher Education, Research and Innovation attended the official opening as a representative of the government of the Republic of Senegal. And I had a chance at that moment to express my gratitude to the government for the support that we get. It's not regular that you organize a meeting of this caliber and all elements related to immigration are sorted out within less than 2 days. And we've had the rare privilege, being in Senegal, to be able to resolve many of those issues without sweating even a bit. And so I want to take this opportunity to thank the government of the Republic of Senegal, to thank citizens of Senegal for giving us an enabling environment to do the things we do, for allowing us the autonomy to do what we do in CODESRIA, and for enabling participants in the General Assembly to enjoy the facilities, including this particular facility, which the government did contribute to supporting us. So this is something that I would like members of the community to understand, that we don't take it for granted that we are in this country. We don't take it for granted that the government of the Republic of Senegal supports us the way it does. I would also like to express our apologies as a secretariat. We really tried to make sure that we achieved a smooth General Assembly, but I'm aware that there are places where we failed. We didn't fail because we never tried. We really tried to make sure that everything was smooth. But I wish just to express our apology, my apology on behalf of the Secretariat. Where we failed you, obviously we are going to learn and try to improve in future. And where we notice that we need to change, we are going to do that. I want finally to wish all of you a safe return back to your destinations. A good many of you are going to leave tomorrow. An announcement has already been sent out when you should be out heading to the airport. We think that it's safer for you to go to the airport at least 4 hours to the flight than 3 hours, because we don't know how the situation is going to be. Many members of CODESRIA Secretariat have spent the last 2 weeks really just organizing the assembly, and I'm sure that they'll be very tired. So my appeal to you is that exercise some diligence on this. Find the bus that is meant to take you to the airport on time, and let us facilitate the process so that we can complete the process of the General Assembly without any other problem. I want to thank you very much for honoring us in the Secretariat to serve you in whatever way we have to. We don't treat it as work, we treat it as a rare privilege to be able to serve the African social science community. We try to do that with the level of pride that, of course, we need to express on behalf of the community. And for that, we want to thank you very much, and I want to wish you the very best as you go back home. Enjoy your Christmas, have a good New Year, and we will reconnect in 2019, when I will remind you that you need to pay your membership if you haven't paid your membership. Thank you very much. Can I just make a final announcement? Members of the outgoing executive committee and members of the incoming executive committee, I would like us to have a meeting in room B05 before we can leave. For members of the new executive committee, the work begins this evening. Thank you.